We are here just outside Nice in France for the first drive of the Renault 5. We had a look at this back at the global launch in Paris. Today we're in the pop yellow, coming in 5 different colours. There was a choice of pop green as well, but decided to go for the yellow, and yeah, I think it looks great. Here on the busy side of a road here in Nice, trying to get a nice location to film is always difficult when we're running and gunning it here anyway. But moving back to the Renault 5, launched in 1972, 9 million units of the original sold. They've really worked on making this a nod to the past, but also looking at the electric vehicle and what it can actually do. The electric motor is one of the lightest for its class. It's 20 kgs, starting off at the front on 2 different battery sizes, 3 different trims. On the top trim you have the battery indicator here, 5, and as it lights up in 5 different sections. That's not on all of them. You have the large Renault badge at the front. You have these gorgeous, remind me of the Gen 1 Porsche Taycan teardrop eyes with that. You can see that inside the LED kind of design. Gloss black along here with some ridging on it. You can start to see it there. Yeah. And then you've got these daytime running lights, and the top part of these are the indicators. Just absolutely gorgeous, and it's great to see it out in the real world. In the studio it's very difficult to understand what it's like. Some gloss black fenders in underneath, then you've got your gloss black around. Interesting on such a small car having non-body coloured. All models and all trims come with 18-inch, depending on the trim will dictate as to what type of alloy you can get. Down along the side then you have your charging port, 11 kilowatt on AC, vehicle to load, vehicle to grid abilities also, and then 100 kilowatt on DC. 10 to 80%, whether it's the small battery, which is 40 kilowatt hour, or the larger battery, which is the 52 kilowatt hour. That smaller battery has an 80 kilowatt peak, whereas the larger battery is 100 kilowatt peak. 10 to 80% in 30 minutes for both of them. Top trim comes with 2-tone as an option, so you have that black roof. You also have different edging on here. You can have red, you can have gold, you can have black. You've got your gloss black wing mirrors. Again, depending on the trim will dictate as to whether you get these logos. Some of the cars, press cars, also have big logos on the top, so there's lots of customization that you can do in it. Nice door handle, proper door handle, gloss black fender at the bottom. Then down along the back, you have your gloss black aerial, shark fin aerial. You've got that line that comes all the way along, your high level brake lamp, an actual window wiper, and then some gorgeous retro styling from the original. And this is actually a way of breaking the air off the car. You've got that, again, some textured going on. Renault, no badge on the back, Renault badge, only the name. And you've got that stylized 5, which has been utilized across all of their branding. But at the back, I think it looks great. I think it looks great from all angles, in fairness to it. Yeah. Based on that Ampere small platform. The smaller battery, the standard size, the 40 kilowatt hour, which isn't going to be launched at the beginning, that's a 300 kilometer WLTP range, and the larger battery is a 400 kilometer range. It's actually 15 centimeters shorter than a Clio, but it's only 4 centimeters shorter in the wheelbase. It's 3.92 meters long with a 2.54 wheelbase, and it's 1.5 meters tall. Those elements of aero at the back, the spoiler is giving it an extra 8 kilometers. Those tail lights are giving it an extra 6 kilometers. And the wheels, because they're aero, is giving it another 8 kilometers. So between the 3 of them, you're getting an extra 22 kilometers. Weight of the car itself is 1,500 kgs. Boot-wise, it is 326 litres is what it's saying. But they've used a liquid measurement for that. So it is deep. You have another subwheel in underneath there. But really it's about 270 if you take cubic litres. 60-40 split, light up here, bag hook on the other side, no 12 volt, small little parcel shelf. Yeah. That is the exterior of the Renault 5. A reminder, we've already seen this in the studio as I mentioned, but let's put on the hazard lights so you can see what they look like on the front. This yellow is gorgeous. You can see it's the top of the daytime running light. Those lights are stunning. Really, really nice. And then on the rear, they're just the middle area of indicator and hazard lights. Okay, seat is set for me. I've been driving it for the last couple of hours across all different types. Let's start off the back. So handle up here. You can see it is tight. So window goes down as far as there. Very similar to the Renault 4. If you haven't already seen that Renault 4 video, it's just gone up on the channel there a couple of days ago. You've got, technically it's saying there's three headrests. There are three 3-point seats. You've got 2 Isofix in the rear, 1 in the front. And then, scooting in, yeah, it's tight. Your feet are locked in there now. Legs akimbo. 2 adults in the back would manage. Actually, headroom's not bad. And you've got this gorgeous textured reminder of the Renault 5 of old. But feet and legs now are a bit on the tighter side, unfortunately. 6'2", 188 centimeters. No armrest in the back. I managed to get out of there okay, with some shred of dignity. On the door, you've got harder plastics on the top. You've got that softer and the yellow trim, a couple of different trim colors. On the blue car, sorry, on the green car, it's blue, and etc., etc. Some nice physical buttons down here. Your 4 electric windows. This is top trim. We don't have a price on this yet. You have electronic lumbar support. You have lift, and you have a sliding forward and back. You have the My Sense button here, headlight adjuster. Then in the headrest, you have a light above it. 10.1 inch screen for the driver. It's really good, really, really good, and Google built in. So based on the Android Automotive platform, and then it's a more square version 10-inch screen. So these are the same on both. There's a lower length trim coming in, and this is going to be 7-inch. You have your flat top, flat bottom steering wheel. You've got your Renault, and then you've got these touchy buttons, physical knobs, multi-sense for your changing. Left hand side is lights and wipers. Right hand side is gear selector at the top with the lipstick that can be changed. Let's remind people of the Chanel lipstick. I don't mind it too much. Like Raoul Renault's, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's wipers on then, and then underneath that, then you've got your audio. Screen is super snappy with that Google, and the fact that it's telling me it's taking me 40 minutes to get back to the hotel. I'll have 66% battery left. At the end of the video, I'll talk about what the efficiency is like. Your on-off button is up here in between the two. Your your air vents. For some reason I thought these illuminated, but it's just that they're white, and you've got your physical button, single zone climate control. You've got your temperature. You've got your fan speed, your demisters, automatic air conditioning, recirculating, air conditioning max, etc., etc. Your physical hazard light, your central locking, your parking handbrake, electronic and automatic, but doesn't have park on this, which is an interesting fact. Your key, and then underneath that, then you've got your 12-volt, you've got your 2 USB Type-Cs, you've got your wireless charging pad, your little Renault logo here, 2 cup holders, and a small little thing in the armrest. Seats are decent, actually fairly figure-hugging in fairness to it. And in the yellow, you've got this glove box, decent size in left-hand drive. Looking forward to seeing it in right-hand drive a bit better. You've got that Renault, and depending on what mode you're in, will dictate what colour that is. So Perso, you have Comfort, which turns a bit greener. Eco turns a kind of a turquoise. Sport, which turns it red, and so we're going to have a bit of fun with that when we're out and about. Up on top of the actual unit, you have your on-off button, your volume up and your volume down. Very good size wing mirror, rear view mirror, but it's just that if there's a lot of people in the back, you won't be seeing much out of that. And then my own headroom is decent. Yep, seats are good. What else have I talked about or need to talk about before we take this out for a drive and back for the hotel? There's the safety coach element of it as well, so it will teach you how to be a safer driver. It's got an AI chat called Renault. Going to come in 3 different electric motors, a 70, a 90 and a 110 kilowatt, and that will have an output of 120 horsepower to 150 horsepower depending on. Front wheel drive, multi-link rear suspension, but we'll talk about that when we're driving. It's got a 13.7 steering ratio and a 10.3 meter turning circle. There is a hotter version, Alpine 300 horsepower, and that's the A290. And then otherwise, very good. No one pedal driving, which is interesting. But otherwise, yeah. Let me set up the cameras and let's take it out for a drive. The Nevo Electric Vehicle Show is back in partnership with Bank of Ireland. The show's second instalment will take place in the RDS Simmons Court on the 10th of November 2024. Building on the sold-out success of the previous show, this will be Ireland's largest ever motor show. Experience all things e-mobility with over 30 manufacturer brands displaying over 80 electric vehicles, the latest in charging and energy solutions, engaging discussions with industry experts, exhilarating test drive experiences and captivating live vehicle demonstrations. Visit Nevo.ie today to learn more and register for your free ticket. What's it like driving the Renault 5 coming onto the motorway here on the way back to Nice? Super smooth. And the motorway is not perfect by any means. There definitely are undulations. But yeah. Road noise is not too bad. We're at 70 kilometers an hour there. Speed limit is 90. We're up to 90, and this in personal mode. So let me skype back through comfort. Much more wallowy on the acceleration. Brakes are a good feel. There's 2-stage regenerative braking. This is the top trim, so the Iconic, and it has all the bells and whistles, adaptive cruise control, etc. So we're going to try out some of that. Speed limiter, now we want driving assist, active assist selected, and we're going to start, and it's there, it's stuck at 90 degree, it's lane holding, it's turning itself, still not touching, hands very close, very smooth. Keep the hands on the steering wheel. I'm after getting a little prompt, so it's checking on me. And it's adaptive, so it's watching the car in front. Visibility is good. Those wing mirrors are a nice lateral width, and they also have blind spot. Decent visibility out the back as well, even though it's a hatch. Like, I'm 6'2", 188 centimeters, but it's surprisingly well, because it's that ground-up electric vehicle. I'd love one pedal driving. They've talked about bringing it in, 3 stages, like they have in the Megane and the Scenic, but just not the case at the moment on the Renault 5, and I assume the Renault 4 as well. It doesn't have a parking brake. It has a handbrake that you have to engage when you stop the car. That adaptive cruise control is very good for a car of this size. Audio system is nice. The seats are super comfortable, very well bolstered either side. So as much as it's letting you think that you're in a sporty hatch, it's not really. They're saving that for potentially an all-wheel drive version of this. The Alpine 290, if you're interested in that kind of thing. I'm very impressed with that adaptive cruise control. We're right crawling down now to 10 kilometers an hour. That's keeping a safe distance from the car in front. Just bring me along. Exactly what you want. Multi-link suspension in the rear, so nice and comfortable. Overall, it's good. Listen, it's in Nice. It's not roads that I know. I'm looking forward to getting it back in Ireland and trying it out on Irish roads. But that was a nice refresher as to the actual car itself. Outside of a studio setting, I really like what they've done. Yesterday, we were in Paris at the motor show and got to see the Renault 4, the slightly bigger SUV version. But yeah, there'll be people that really like the look of this. And if you're interested in seeing this in the flesh yourself, its Irish debut is going to be at the Nevo Electric Vehicle Show in partnership with Bank of Ireland. Tickets are free. There's a link in the description and there's going to be one on the screen as well. So if you haven't already registered, make sure you do, because the last time we ran the show, it sold out. So don't leave it too late. Efficiency today on the Renault 5, doing a lot of motorway, urban, uphill, downhill. So there's a great variety there. So on average, around Nice today at around 22 degrees, we've been getting 15 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers. So start multiplying that up on a 52 kilowatt hour battery, and you're talking a WLTP of 400, but real world, you're probably looking at that mid 300s. All Renault 5s will be coming with a heat pump as well, so that's great to hear. So decent efficiency, and again, a lot of journalists have been driving this over the last couple of days. I think if I got it, I definitely could bring that down. And if you're doing a lot of urban driving, you're definitely going to be getting nearer, if not exceeding, that 400 kilometer range, which is plenty. Hopefully you've enjoyed that look around and drive of the Renault 5. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the like button, comment below, and let me know what you think. And remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to enjoy the next video that comes up on screen.